Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for being
we don't feel so nervous right now. So
Speak for yourself.
Thank you. Wait, where are you guys at right now?
We're the editing capital of the world, Greenville, South Carolina.
That's right.
It's actually where we just finished a film in Thailand, and our editor lives here. So we do a lot of back and forth. By the way, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah,
if you haven't been, come visit. It's really, really nice.
Wait, is that really the editing capital? Or are you just okay? All right. I was like, do I?
I was gonna say Romania. But...
Yeah, they moved out of LA and went to Greenville.
Yeah. Everybody left LA, went to Austin, went to Nashville. I think there's a handful of people here as well. So.
Yeah.
Well, you guys make films. You started a platform called Yow.tv. I need to thank you. Also, we could not have pulled off our award show, Award This, without your generous support. We appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like we have many aligned, what our goal is we want to lift up indie filmmakers. We want to let audiences on YouTube and wherever they're watching us, want to let them know about indie film. And we cover them every week. Tell me about your guys' background in filmmaking and then how you got to Yow.tv. Did you see a need? Like something's got to happen?
Yeah, definitely. So I was a crew guy. I was in the camera and lighting department, mostly lighting, and find myself kind of, 5 or 6 years in, hiring people twice my age and not really interested in the lighting world as much as I was on the creative side of things. I was a musician, aspiring musician at the time, really hyper-focused on that. And, then I'm 25 and I'm the old guy at the bars and stuff playing the shows. And I'm like, what the hell, man? How did this happen? But, I worked in the industry for, quite some time. And maybe when I was 25, 26, started a production company, started shooting like the worst music videos of all time, including, my own. And things got better and better and figured out that people just want to make cool shit together. And, so we got to pull in a ton of different favors and we were doing some really fun stuff. Then I got into advertising and politicals, which I never, ever would recommend to anybody. But and then I teamed up with this guy here and we did a film together in 2022. We can dive into that, in a little bit here. But that kind of set off, this need in the industry right now, this massive gap, we think, that needs to happen. So
and I cut my teeth in on the editing side. Lots of unscripted television, everything from Undercover Boss, Biggest Loser, and then created a production company, sold some shows, got more onto the production side of stuff. Then before I knew it, nobody was doing the budgets. I'm doing the budgets, doing the scheduling, going in the field, directing it, producing it, just you find yourself doing everything. Meanwhile, always doing commercials and music videos with friends and helping friends with their films and getting paid in the unscripted world. And finally got out of that when COVID hit. It was, as we all know, LA just became a shell of the city and it was breaking my heart going around. Everything's closed. Never thought I would leave LA. And I was complaining to my friend and who lived in St. Petersburg, Florida. He's like, get out of there, man. Just come hang out in Florida. And then through a mutual friend, Joey and I linked up, and we've been at it now for over 5 years.
Yeah,
it's, as a producing partner and team. So, which then leads us to the film that we did, Protocol 7. Controversial film, and as everybody knows, getting your own title out is very, very difficult. It's just hard
it is.
In its own, no matter what the subject title is. Joey and I take on this monumental task of a film that's dealing with a pharmaceutical company and fraud and
massive case
that had been going on for 15 years.
Wow.
And it was happening as we got the script. So Joey read it and was like, dude, this is incredible. You should read it. We've been talking about wanting to do something that mattered. And so I said, all right, man, I'll get my eyes on it. I read it. I was blown away. At that time, I was talking with my wife about starting a family and, with childhood vaccines and the schedule and all this stuff. I had no clue, guys. I had zero. It was never mentioned in my household. None of my friends ever talked about that. None of my friends with kids talk about this. It's, taboo. And I read it. I was like, this is insane. And this is a real story. We need to get this out there just to get a conversation started. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I don't care if you're pro-vaccines or anti them. It doesn't matter. I think we should all collectively have a conversation about that stuff. So,
fraud is fraud.
Yeah.
Like, this was a story that came to whistleblower virologists from the Merck lab, right? So, and it was a massive case. Like we said, it was initially the United States versus Merck.
Yeah.
So we kind of knew at that point, we're like, okay, well, our aspirations of like mainstream, all that's gone, which is cool. We were so done with that anyway. Yeah. And both Brian and myself have been contrarians our entire lives, and we like to do fun, crazy shit together. Yeah. And that was our first task. And it was great. But when it came to distributing the film, we had great conversations with, large distributors and even studios. And they're like, wow, you guys have balls. They're like, oh, cool. Like,
all right, help us out. They're like, hey, this conversation never happened. See you later. And by the way, good luck.
Yeah. So
there are very few out there, outlets for people to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're doing what we even talk about. If no one's build your own thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Build your own thing. And you guys did that. I know we're leading to that, but
yes.
Well, initially that's what it was. So we had garnered a list based on the director of like almost 200,000 people that wanted to see the film. And so we said, why not just build the app ourselves? It'll cost, I don't know, less than $100,000. We can do it probably. And we'll build it just for that particular film and they can watch it. We can make some money back. And because it was a small budget, but it wasn't a micro budget. Yeah. Well, in the terms of like indie film, it was a couple $1 million. But ultimately, we decided, like, with conversations with our friends and the current state of the industry, and knowing that if you get it on Tubi, it's lost in a sea of 300,000 plus titles, and no one can find it. We said, let's create a place just for indie film that isn't like a giant sea of crap, that is, curated by our team of indie filmmakers. Everybody that basically works with us has been in the industry. Yeah. And a lot of them, have been they haven't had a job, for years and years and years, just because of the current state of the industry, which is a total disaster, as you guys both know.
And we want to keep our art alive, so we looked at ourselves and we said, hey, we have a ton of friends who they've gone through this nightmare, and they're, on Amazon, and they're getting their $15 a check quarterly, quarterly check.
Oh, I know.
It's just so buried. And so, people have that scroll fatigue, and we figured, hey, this is a really good opportunity for us to, showcase great titles and start acquiring new stuff. And most importantly, build a community, keep the art alive, keep our friends working. Hopefully somebody will watch a film, be inspired by, that director and get on somehow contact them, and they can work on a project together or something. That's ultimately our dream, is just to keep this going. We have to keep our art alive. That's just the main purpose of this.
People are screaming for it.
Yeah.
On the filmmaker side and the viewer side, they're sick of the franchise films, the IP over and over and over again.
Agendas, et cetera.
Female superheroes.
We talk about that a lot. Let's take a look. Let's give people a taste of what's on Yow TV. Here's a little promo. Nice. It's got like the let's see, I think I have right here this Yow right here. Here's the site. It's literally yow.tv.
Yes.
There you go. Cool. Now, what led to making the platform? It was just not getting a distribution deal you were happy with? And how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it started. And then just, doing a ton of market research, understanding, that there's all these, subscription models, for indie film that are more based, or I guess focused on, really very art house films, things like that. And there's a lot of things in between that don't really fit into that category that are still really, really good. But for us, it's like, if it's good, we want it. It doesn't matter. We don't have, a crazy agenda. We're not categorizing things by race or by, sexual orientation, things like that. We just think that if it's good, it's good. It should have a home. And the two things that we really focus on are visibility and discovery, which are, the most important things to a filmmaker and a viewer. So
we've got over 1,000 people watching live right now, and we've got questions from our audience.
Let's do it.
Let's take. I'm going to leave the website up because I want people to check it out. But let's go here, Alan. If you help me out.
Sure. Excuse me. From ADLs, many filmmakers that Film Threat interviews lament over the struggle for finding streaming distribution that offers them a fair financial kickback. What is Yao doing to appeal to these creatives?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, number one, we can knock out all of the middlemen, right? If you come directly to us. So you don't need a sales agent. You don't need an aggregator right now at the current time. You can submit and go directly to us. So you can cut those percentages out right away. You can choose your monetization model. I mean, we are an AVOD platforms. It's not strictly AVOD. We are giving those filmmakers the opportunity to monetize via TVOD or PVOD or however they want to run that, or for a certain time frame. Check it out. And the typical breakdown is like a 70-30 if you're going to Amazon or Apple or something like that. We're doing an 80-20 split. Of course, we have to pay for operations and things like that. And then of course our AVOD is 50-50. We're working on something right now called the Artist Portal, very much like a Spotify situation, to where if you as an artist or a distributor, basically we're sick of reporting because it's like the worst thing.
It just takes so much time.
And I hate Excel spreadsheets. So it's like, let's automate this. So you as an artist, hopefully in this next coming year, we're brand new. We've been operating for 8 months now, but we're constantly building and innovating for the filmmaker and asking people, what is it that you need as a filmmaker, right? What is the ideal platform? So for us, it's transparency and the opportunity to make more revenue based on the breakdown of the waterfall too. So
here's more questions or comments.
All right, from Lord Thoth. This is such a great interview on the state of the industry.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Lord Thoth.
Yeah. ADLs 24, with the focus on highlighting indie films, how is it that you plan on keeping things from getting buried on a site as your library content grows over time? Yeah, it's a big thing. The overwhelming number of titles that a lot of these services have.
Right. Hundreds of thousands.
It just gets buried. So the great question. For us, it's another big component that we're in the middle of building out within the platform is the community aspect. So sharing watch lists, that you'll be able to see somebody who has the same kind of taste in film, and you go, man, out of his 50 films, 10 of those I love, and these other 30 I haven't even seen. So that will give the user the ability to just jump into something that they're already going to like. It's it's like sending a mixtape around to friends, turning them onto new bands within the same genres. So that's one approach. In addition to, we're constantly going to be cycling stuff. Things will live again via like watch list, and we're going to constantly be cycling and promoting. So it's kind of one of these things where we don't want anybody to have scroll fatigue. So come to the top, the top tiles. You're going to find something that's entertaining. You're going to find something you're going to like, and it's going to change, and it's always going to be ever rotating, and it's always going to be something decent. At least a 5 out of 10 at the very least.
Yeah, right now we're releasing at least 10 new films every Friday. So like Brian said, it's a constant, not necessarily a rotation because we're not taking things off the platform. We have about 600 titles right now, which is obviously very small, but that's our plan. We want to keep it smaller so you're not just scrolling forever and ever and ever and ever. However, of course, that will grow over time, but the community aspect of this will keep things fresh and keep things, rolling if it's a good title. So.
More comments and questions.
Yes, Patrick Lemire asks, Hollywood isn't going to die. It just won't be located in Hollywood anymore.
Agreed.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Patrick.
Marcus Spin, what is the highest profile film they have on the platform?
Oh, man.
I would say it's the Resurrection of Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I'm seeing titles here.
I like that one.
There's some really good ones. I mean, we've been making really good relationships with like Welgo USA and Oscilloscope. I mean, Coherence, obviously a great indie film by Jim Burkett. We have this film called Kill Your Friends with Nicholas Hoult. That's a great film. Very high
All
quality.
Superheroes Must Die.
Yeah.
That kind of resonates now. I just saw that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
it's tough.
it is hard.
You
Like
know,
what
because it's also
constitutes that?
taste.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
I know that there's a broad taste. I see you have Stuffed, which is a documentary about taxidermy. I really like that one.
Yeah, there's some obscure stuff on there.
Yeah, movies we're familiar with. More questions we've got here.
Let's see, Bulbasaur Brutal. Yow. Named after Nathan Fillion's exclamation in Slither. Yow, what's with the spitting?
Yeah, where'd the name come from? Where'd the name come from?
We initially started Yao as a production company, and we have some friends that are out in Hong Kong that we operate with, and we started a production company with them. They had a really cool character that they had built based on Chinese and Japanese characters that ultimately they deemed to mean freedom. Yeah. So we just love the idea Yao as in like freedom for filmmakers.
Yeah, the character itself, basically, the English word for the character would be Yao. And we said, oh, that's cool. And I think even if you look up Yao, it's like a positive, like yell battle cry type
It's like,
thing.
I stubbed my toe. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to get like a 3-letter, website. I think they're all taken up, but you got one. That's good.
Yeah,
that's right.
More questions here.
All right, from Patrick Lemire. Does Yao TV have theatrical release as part of the strategy?
Definitely down the road. I mean, the film that we just shot in Thailand, it is a Thai film.
Yeah.
So we will look for theatrical release in Southeast Asia, and then we will hold the U.S. rights most likely on Yao TV. Mm-hmm. But of course, we think theatrical should live on, for forever and ever and ever. It's an experience that we all had that hopefully doesn't slip away. And there's great films coming out now that I think will keep it alive. But I mean, it's definitely part of our strategy later on down the road.
Oh, Chris, they have the coffee table on Yao TV.
Oh, I love the coffee table.
I was gonna say that as one of the higher tier, but
don't watch that if you have children.
Yeah. Oh,
or just had a baby.
I recommended that movie to. Hey, if you've not seen the coffee table, check it out on Yao.tv now. That's awesome.
By the way, guys, everything on Yao is free. We're in the middle of testing all of our advertisements right now. So we're not running any ads except for on like 10 titles. So everything is completely free. All you need is your phone number or email, and watch away.
Okay. Yeah.
Although put those ads on the coffee table. That's all. ADLs 24. Have you thought about partnerships for set time periods, monthly, quarterly, with distributors of physical media who re-release old films like Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow, or indie production studios?
Definitely a version of that. So we have some really exciting new features coming out. One of them being the Indie Social Club. Yeah. So that will be our only subscription tier. So the platform will always be free unless a filmmaker decides that they want it to be, their TVOD. Very low entry point, but what will happen essentially is that every month a notable person in the industry, a filmmaker, or even someone within the Yao TV community will have the chance to choose a film, highlight a film from our library that's either released or currently in the pipeline. And then we will showcase that film throughout the month, throughout the subscription tier. And it's essentially like a book club. We'll have a Q&A just like this.
Yeah, at the end of the month.
Exactly, at the end of the month with that person who chose the film. And then people can join in and discuss, what it meant to them or, their thoughts on that particular film. So with that said, we will look for shorter runs with bigger titles and things like that. We're already looking into that with our library as well. Just, keeping that constant rotation. We might have shorter runs rather than tying something up for 2 years or something of the sort.
We could start a film threat recommend section with coffee table. And on there.
Over and over, coffee table.
Let's do it. It's just all the, and this is my question also from Caveat Ties.
All right. How does one get on Yao TV? You're talking about a filmmaker. How does one get on Yao TV?
So you can submit to submissions at yow.tv. There's a little link at the bottom of the site you can go to. It'll take you to that portal. I'll ask you a couple questions, and sorry, our site's kind of
it's on there. It's at the bottom.
Yep, it's got to populate.
Yeah, or just send an email with a link to your trailer and information about the film, and we'll get back to you with a fillable form.
Mm-hmm. Be patient. We're very small.
Yeah,
but we read everything. We go through it all. We touch all the films. Joey, myself, and our team. So
and some of them touch us.
That's right.
We talk about it all the time on this show, that there's an indie film revolution. I mean, Hollywood is going through so much change. I think they've overextended. They've just leaned into IP, big franchises. They can't make a movie for under 100 million that is successful. And there's a revolution, and you guys are leading the revolution.
I'd hope so.
From your lips to God's ears.
Yeah. I'm serious.
That is the goal. We know there's such a need for this, and it just stems from the place of, we want our friends to stay working. We want to make cool shit with our friends. This is what we do, and we're very blessed. So let's keep the art alive. And if this is like the beginning wave to that, jump on. Let's go. Let's ride the wave in together.
Well, look at what happened to the music industry.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always 10 years behind them.
Yeah.
And, if you look at something like Spotify, ultimately that's, one of our aspirations, to become the home for the independent artist who can monetize and, gain recognition based off of the community who is watching their material. Well,
I hope that some of the movies that are at Award This are ones that you guys are affiliated with. I'd love to. I don't even know if I didn't. Al and I were so busy that night.
Okay.
I don't know if you went, but I hope to see you next year.
We're in Thailand.
Event. Yeah, you've got to come. It's a great time. We're in a room with all indie filmmakers.
Yeah,
we love it. In attendance.
We've watched the last couple of years. It's so fun, man. You guys just have a blast.
Yeah.
We'll get you drinks. Show up, please.
That's all you got to say. We're easy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Download it, get it. Yow.tv, sign up. Because my movie Attack of the Doc, I'm about to get the rights back from the company. Maybe there's a good fit.
Sweet. Let's do
it.
Let's do it. I think there's probably a few good fits between us.
Yeah. I think
double feature with the coffee table.
That's right.
I love that movie.
And there's a Turkish coffee table.
Yeah, there is. There's a Turkish.
Is for real?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. Watch out. We're gonna get it.
It was the same plot. I'm still not watching it.
Joey Bryan, great to finally meet you. Thank you so much for your support of Film Threat. We appreciate it. I'll see you at Award This next year, and I'm sure we'll talk before that.
That's right.
Awesome.
Thank you for all you guys do, man. You guys
all right, have fun in the editing capital of the world.
We will.
Okay, later. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, guys.